Welcome back to Midday. We're visiting now with Manshadi, who owns Manshadi Pharmacy.
Yes.
2 locations now, I believe.
Yes, we have 2 locations, yes.
Fantastic. One on the South Shore and one on the North Shore.
Yes,
So
yes.
everyone has access.
Thank you.
And today we are touching on antacids for the layperson.
Yes.
But the medical term is?
PPI, or proton pump inhibitors. So today I just want to generally talk about this group of drugs, which are, after anti-cholesterol pills, are the most common prescribed medication that the general public taking it. So
I don't think people realize that, how prevalent it is.
It is very prevalent. When I started pharmacy 22 years ago, sorry, but before that I was doing some other works. You could seldom see people on antacid, but because of our lifestyle changes, because of effectiveness of these pills, and because of how, generally speaking, works well, and they have a low profile for a side effect for short-term use. A lot of people start to use it now, and we see a lot of people on it.
A fast way to cure an ailment, right?
That's correct. That's correct. You can basically do whatever you like to do and stay on this pill. So we want to talk about warning our clients and the general population and allied health professionals to look at side effects, dangerous side effects of PPI, proton pump inhibitors, when it's used for a long-term basis. And that is the point today that we like to bring it to the attention of the public, and how perhaps for some individuals, it is a possibility that they can come off of it. And there are ways of doing that we'd be more than happy to share it with the general public, and they should discuss it with their physician before they start to do that.
Right. Okay, so what are some reasons why what would people maybe be feeling as side effects that would warn them it's time to try and get off of these?
Certainly. Sometimes some of these side effects are slow and you may not notice it right away. We need acid in our stomach to break down the food so we can get the nutrients, and we need acid to absorb, let's say, iron or calcium or vitamin B12. And when we have a basic condition in our gut, obviously we don't absorb this type of nutrient, and can lead to fractures, can lead to other problems. Pneumonia actually can also be caused as a result of PPI. There is a different problem will arise when we don't absorb this nutrient as well. So you have
to make sure there is a baseline in your system of that acid so that it can still work.
That's right. That acid is there for a reason. And we definitely can use PPI, but the goal should be for a short-term therapy, and then we do other lifestyle changes and
the harder things.
The harder stuff, and then so we can come off these medications.
Okay. Do you want to give a couple examples of these medications? Because sometimes people might know the actual name of the medication, not necessarily recognize them as a PPI.
Sure. Usually they end with Zole.
There's a great tip.
Z-O-L-E. Pantoprazole, rabeprazole, lansoprazole, omeprazole. They are all end up with that, and those are the type of drugs that we are talking about today.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. So you talked a little bit about rebound symptoms. Can you give an explanation of that shortly, what that would mean?
Certainly. So when we're taking antacid, our system says, oh, there is not enough acid, so it upregulates the cells that produces acids. So therefore, we produce even more acid. That's why it is a little bit difficult to come off PPIs.
We recreate the cycle, right?
Yes, and so it has to be gradual, maybe decreased by 50% every week or so, or maybe change it slowly to H2 blockers, which are anti-acid, and they're a little bit weaker, and taking probiotics. There's a lot you can do to start to reduce the PPIs.
So it sounds like that's about weaning off of them as opposed to doing a full stop.
Oh, it would be very bad if you stop it suddenly. It would be definitely, it has to be tapered slowly under the direction of physician and your pharmacist and so forth.
And that answers my next question, which was, how do people begin to build a plan to do that, to wean off of those drugs?
Certainly. So basically, we want to look at, for example, what we eat, and maybe do eliminating diets, perhaps a little bit of aerobic exercise, walking, more fluid, less red meat, perhaps looking to eat more kefir or perhaps fermented vegetables. There is also maybe what we can do is we can slowly change those PPI to something that is less potent and doesn't cause as much a problem. There is variety of things that is available for us to kind of decrease it, but the point is to decrease it gradually, as you mentioned.
Okay, so the best thing people can do is talk to your pharmacist, talk to your doctor.
Correct.
And one great way you can do that is to pop in and visit, or also manshadipharmacy.com is a great resource for people to visit as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming in, Misa.
Thank
Great
you
information.
for having me.
We'll be right back with more Midday.